So last week we got the valve covers back in the car. We got off camera, I put the intake back in, I plugged everything back in. So the top half, everything on the engine bay is done. That is all good to go. What's next is everything you see behind me right there, where it all started. We're going to put the exhaust manifold back in the car. We're going to put the up pipe back in the car. We're going to put all the new gaskets in. And by the end of the video, we're going to have the car started and running again. So to get to the up pipe from above, there are 5 nuts or bolts that you have to undo. You can see 2 of them at the bottom of the screen. One's hiding under the turbo blanket, and 2 more are accessible once you get the downpipe off to right. Here it is. Alright, now this is ready to go back in. So the up pipe is back in the car. What do we have left? We have these 3 sections and the gaskets that go in between them. I think it's going to be easier to put them in one by one, loosely tie them together, slide the gaskets in. That way we'll be able to reposition everything as needed to get it all together. Let's get started. This third one in. So before we can get this driver's side header back on, you'll notice that on that side one of the studs came out altogether instead of just one of these. So we're gonna have to put that back in. The way we're gonna do that is we put one nut on beforehand, like halfway or so, put the second one on top, and what that's gonna do, that's gonna basically turn it into a bolt. You can put it back in and continue on our way. There's always something. So you can see stud, hole. We are gonna put this in. And luckily you can see how far approximately it's supposed to go. I think it will tell us. It'll just stop turning and just kind of end. Yeah. We don't want to put it super tight because it's aluminum, but nice and snug. And voila, where we started. Put the gasket on. This one is much easier. Okay, that's on straight. Okay, split half. It shouldn't matter. Alright, so this moves. The top of the op pipe is tightened down. This is still loose, this is loose, this is loose, and these are loose. So we're gonna slowly, one by one, tighten everything back up. So the up pipe was a perfect fit. It looks great. The gaskets fit. Everything is back on. We just have to tighten it down. Next, I'm gonna put the heat shields back in, put this O2 sensor in, put the stock down pipe back in, connect all of that up, and then we should be ready to start the car. Put some copper on the threads. Let's get it in by hand as much as we can, and then tighten everything up. Instead of struggling for space with this style tool, since it's unplugged and the threads are good and I'm probably not going to strip anything, I can use this one instead. So I'm just going to thread this through here. on. Keep going on. All that's left to do is to put this downpipe back in, and then we should be able to start the car. So these are the last set of nuts and bolts holding everything on. Once we get these all tightened up, we'll be good to go. Alright, everything's back together. First cold start, let's see how it goes.